and let us all do we can to build a better future.
Unhinged Blue Maga supporters are once again attacking Dr. Cornel West. You have a lot of people who are part of that vote blue no matter who crowd who are saying that third-party voters, third-party candidates are spoilers. They're going to be stealing votes away from Biden. First of all, stealing. Let's address the word stealing. All right, and we're gonna do this together as a family. Let's do this together as a family. The definition of the word stealing. Stealing, noun, the action or offense of taking another person's property without permission or legal right and without intending to return it. Theft. Voting. Let's find out what the word voting means. This is important. Bear with me because there's going to be some internet drama very soon. I promise. Just first, let's go ahead and just get it correct. Get it correct. Voting, the definition. Vote. Verb, give or register a vote. Cause, similar. Cause someone to gain or lose a particular post or honor by means of vote. Simple, right? Voting, you know, you're practicing a right. Now, so the thing is stealing and voting. When you vote for somebody, you are giving that person your support. How is it that Dr. Cornel West is going to be stealing something that he has earned? What makes Democrats and unhinged blue MAGA, vote blue no matter who people, think that they deserve your vote? You have to earn the vote. The key word is earn. The key word is earn the vote. Earn the vote. You're not entitled to the vote. You're not entitled to it. And of course, again, you have so many people who feel threatened by Dr. Cornel West, who feel threatened by what his campaign represents. And the thing is, it's not my fault that Biden is unhinged. It's not my fault that Biden's a failure. When you have articles like this who say latest 2024 election poll has Trump, oh my God, it's Trump again, beating Biden with Cornel West playing spoiler. Oh my goodness. Let's talk about it. Donald Trump will edge out Joe Biden in the 2024 presidential election when factoring in Dr. Cornel West's so-called spoiler third-party candidacy, according to new data from an increasingly accurate polling source. Right here, the findings from the most recent 2024 election poll released on Saturday, just days before the first Republican primary presidential debate, suggests that Trump, if he is a Republican nominee, would barely emerge victorious over Democratic incumbent with West, who is seeking the Green Party's nomination, also on the ballot. The same Emerson College poll also found that Biden and Trump are in a dead heat in a head-to-head matchup that did not factor in West's candidacy. At the same time, more people than not disapprove of Biden's presidency, the polling confirmed. According to Emerson College polling, August national poll, an election featuring Biden, Trump, and West on the ballot, the Republican would have 42% of the votes, the incumbent would have 41% of the votes, and the Green Party candidate would have at least 5% of the votes. Oh, that'd be beautiful. If he gets more than that, that means the Green Party can be officially recognized as a federal party and get extra federal funding and so much more. And by the way, vote blue no matter who. I want to see that happen. So if you're going to vilify me as the bad guy, I can't wait for it because it's going to be beautiful. I want to see that happen. So what does Blue MAGA do when they see all this? Well, they get hinged. They get afraid. They start accusing Dr. Cornel West of not paying his taxes, $500,000. And child's, well, okay, who cares? I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I want to pull this up here as well. For the last 50 years, I've been facing heavy financial responsibilities to family and friends. I have made my priceless children a high priority, even with lavish treatments that are not in the records. The wave of IRS audit fees and liabilities, levies, and liens have always been and are now resolved based on agreements set in place years ago. I do not believe that we all should pay our fair share in taxes, especially the top 1%. I do believe, sorry, let me read that again. I do believe that we should all pay our fair share of taxes, especially the top 1%, like the 63% of my hardworking fellow citizens. I live paycheck to paycheck with dignity and determination, people over profits. And I again want to pull up the article because, again, I was unable to share that tab. So let me go ahead and show this to you again. That this article says that, Trump beating Biden. Was Cornel West playing as a spoiler? Oh, goodness gracious, Cretaceous. I don't care. And again, I do hope that he gets 5% of the vote. Maybe more. I want to see that. Hell, I want to see the libertarians succeed too. But going forward, again, there's a reason why vote blue, no matter who, are panicking. This is from the incredible Sabrina, Savvy Sabs. Cornell responds to the attacks. Here's why they're after Cornel West. 10% of African Americans will vote other if Biden and Trump are the nominees. CNN and MSNBC aren't showing this poll, but I'm sure the DNC has seen it. Look at that. Joe Biden, Donald Trump, other. Black voters, 10% chance. Look at that. Hispanic voters, 5%. White voters, 7%. Not sure, 6% for black voters, 4% for white voters, 5% Hispanic voters. And then would not vote. Look at that, 13% for black voters, 9% for white voters, 21% for Hispanic voters. And look at that as well. Again, tied up 7% altogether for men and women if they would vote for other. So what does that tell you? What does that tell you? It tells you that Democrats are afraid. And because the Democrats are afraid, you have your unhinged vote blue no matter who people. Now, Briahna Joy Gray responds to, again, George Takei. If your goal is breaking the corporate duopoly, then voting for Dr. Cornel West is the most strategic choice. And of course, hey, look, I read about Mr. George Takei. Oh, my. Talking about how he remembers how Ralph Nader handed George W. Bush the election. George Bush Jr., who has now been rehabilitated by the vote blue no matter who Democrats. Hey, all you Democrats and liberals, I remember a time when you said that George Bush Jr. was the devil. Now you guys and gals love him because Michelle Obama is hugging him and he danced with Ellen DeGeneres. Again, disrespecting Jill Stein, saying that, she handed the election to Trump. Ralph Nader and Jill Stein, Dr. Jill Stein, did not win any electoral college votes, buddy. And of course, hey, George Takei, learn to spell. Cornel West, his first name, Cornel, not two L's. And where's his title of doctor? Start being more respectful, buddy. Your vote is not a marriage. You're not choosing a life partner. It's a chess move for what's best for the country and the world. I don't care. Now, of course, what happens when you have unhinged vote blue no matter who people? Gen Z, listen, you cannot have this person speak for you because then you have this big brain genius, Harry, saying, how much does Cornel West owe in unpaid child support? Oh, Harry, you goof troop. And Briahna Joy Gray responds back. This is quite spicy comment. Knowing the DNC is paying know-nothing zennials. By the way, Gen Z, listen. It's too late for the boomers, Gen Xers, and millennials, but don't be entrapped by the Democratic Party. Gen Z, listen. Look at what they've done to us. Look at what they've done to generations before. They're going to do the same thing to you, too. You can't have little Harry speaking for you because it's bad news bears. Just trust me on it, Gen Z, okay? Just giving you a heads up. Here's a hint. The Democrats will screw you up the wazoo. Just throwing it out there. And again, knowing the DNC is paying know-nothing zennials to act like Dr. West has bigger tax problems than the Biden family is just one reason I look forward to voting Green next year, which is why I'm going to vote Green Party too. And by the way, again, probably some vote blue no matter who people be like, well, we're going to make sure that third parties can't be on the ballot. We're going to stop Dr. Cornel West. Well, if you stop Dr. Cornel West, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to vote Libertarian. If I can't vote Libertarian, I'll vote Independent. If I can't vote Independent, I'm going to write somebody's name in. And if I can't write somebody's name in, I'm going to leave the option of voting for president blank. So no matter what happens, vote blue no matter who. And I'm only speaking for myself. My audience, you guys and gals can do your own thing. You're not going to get my vote. Okay? You said yourselves you don't need me. So you're not going to get my vote. Simple. That's just simple as that. And if you're saying I'm helping out Trump, I don't care. Because honestly, I want to see another vote blue no matter who meltdown. I'm going to cook myself a nice ribeye steak, have plenty of good side dishes, a glass of wine, a good glass of whiskey. I might smoke a bowl too because I am going to be eating it up. I just want to see the vote blue no matter who people cry. I want to see them cry. I want to see them cry. And is there an analysis behind this? No, it's just me being petty and vengeful. I never said I was the hero of the story. So old Harry says, people like Briahna Joy Gray are the worst of the left. Oh my goodness, she's the worst. They think voting green does anything positive. Trump, a proven abuser and 4-time indicted fraud, will likely be on the ballot, and you decide to act all high and mighty? Give me a break. Just put your red hat on already. Well, gee, Harry, I see you wearing your vote blue no matter who hat. You know Biden's been on the wrong side of history, right, Harry? I mean, he was against busing and desegregation. He didn't want his white kids to be with black kids. He worked with Republican segregationists, gave a eulogy to Strom Thurmond. You know, he was against the civil rights movement, buddy. You do also know he was against Roe v. Wade. He felt that a woman didn't have a right to choose. And before anyone types in the comment section, well, he's changed. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. This is the architect. Joe Biden's the architect of the crime bill. You want to know why? We have the prison industrial complex because of Joe Biden. Even Bill Clinton apologized for that. And that's not saying much. I say apologize, air quote, air quote. He didn't really mean it. At least he put on the act of apologizing. Biden, no, he'll never apologize for that. You do realize that when Obama was president and Biden was VP, they could have done something to codify Roe v. Wade, but they didn't. Biden, who sided with credit card corporations to make student debt what it is. Biden, who voted for the war in Iraq. I mean, look, Harry, I get it. Trump lives rent-free in your head, buddy. But you sure know how to pick him. Going forward, again, Briahna Joy Gray writes, the DNC is paying this man to slander me basically because his chosen candidate is so weak and unpopular that he has no affirmative arguments to make in Biden's defense. All he can do is log on to smear those who want to vote for a progressive rather than a segregationist pal whose own VP said she believed the Me Too allegations against him. That's right, Harry. There's not one accusations, but 8. But dare I say it, that number is probably a lot higher, Harry. Anyway, it's a free country. And you can vote green if you want, even if it makes white suburban Zoomers wet their Pampers on Maine. Good. You know what? And to all of you beautiful people watching, how many beautiful people are watching? All of you 353 beautiful people watching live right now, and maybe watching this video clip. I encourage you to vote how you feel. Support third parties, support independents, though. That's what I want to do. Consider it. Please consider it. But going forward, I want to pull up this tweet from good friend of the show, Jimmy Dore. Jimmy's number 1. Don't trust people who participate in democracy. The major political parties pick our leaders because they care about regular voters. I prefer the candidates chosen by Wall Street, big pharma, oil companies, and weapon manufacturers because you could trust them. That's Don Winslow. Now, why is it that we're unable to see this? Well, because Donny Boy got ratioed badly. Because, in my own opinion, this is what Don Winslow said. Best-selling author of 3 New York Times Critics' Choice Awards. Wow, big deal. Robert F. Kennedy, Cornell West, and no liberals exist to divide voters, set up people to sit out with protest votes, and ultimately get Donald Trump elected in 2024. And I would not trust anyone who tells you differently. And that's why I'm glad Jimmy Dore responded to that jagoff, because apparently Donny Boy doesn't trust democracy. Shout out to Jimmy Dore, Chicago's very own. Just to trigger the vote blue no matter who. See, vote blue no matter who is so unhinged and so paranoid and so afraid that they know for a fact, that they know for an absolute fact that they're losing voters. Again, look at all of this. Democrats are losing 10% of black voters if there's another candidate. But it's across the board. The Democrats know that their fear tactics don't work anymore. The Democrats are starting to realize that they have effed up royally, that they are becoming irrelevant. I don't owe the Democratic Party my vote. You don't owe the Democratic Party your vote. And I encourage everyone here to think freely for themselves. break away from the two-party system, because the Democrats have shown they don't like us, they don't think about us, they don't respect us. Before any of the vote blue, no matter who people write, well, how come you're so rough on the Democrats? Why don't you talk about the Republicans? Because what else can be said about the Republican politicians that haven't been said already? I know they don't care about my issues. The stuff that I care about, Medicare for all or student debt forgiveness. I know about that. I know all of that. If you want to watch a show about somebody bad-mouthing Republican lawmakers, go watch TYT or BSDNC. But the Democrats made promises and they never delivered. So as far as I'm concerned, they can F right off. This should show you how unhinged Blue Maga is. They're so afraid now. So let the slandering begin. Let the smears begin. Let the bullying begin. But don't let anyone bully you. Vote how you feel like it. You don't owe anyone an explanation. Simple as that.